Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wrong Ones Podcast. I'm Dinesh Saki, joined by Punk. Hey Punk,
Hello. Hi guys.
what a game today!
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, who would have thought,
Bonkers.
for a team to not being able to defend 245 just 3 days ago, to sort of come back and defend 111. I mean, that's
Oof.
unbelievable from Punjab Kings.
Yeah, these are the games they used to lose a lot.
Mhm.
Always be on the other side.
Yeah.
So last year they got if you remember. But yeah, a crazy game. Like Punjab have been more on the other side a lot. They've
Hmm.
lost by 1 runs, 2 runs. There have been those seasons. It's good for them to win these type of matches. Gives them a confidence that this could be the year for them at least to reach the finals. And Sresh Iyer really some of the field settings which he had done
Hmm.
was crazy. It was watching it live.
Yeah.
First, it was like really boring. You're getting bored, but then wicket of Ajinkya.
Ajinkya Rahane. Yeah, Jinx Rahane
That,
sort of turned the game around on its head, right?
yeah, and like I feel like when he talked to Raghuvanshi, right, he did say that it's umpire's call, right?
Hmm.
Why the reason he wanted to technically he wanted to get retired out. You see,
Or is it?
this is my feeling. He thought like maybe a harder hitter could come and just complete like this is my view, okay? Because he was very disinterested in taking if see if somebody tells you it's like an umpire's call, right, and
Hmm.
definitely he was not out. Me being the captain, right, I would like come on, you know, let's take a review. I'm not going to lose anything because umpire's call that even if I get out,
Hmm.
then you see it's an umpire's call, then my review still stays.
Hmm.
Why won't I take it? Right. And I have a feeling that, maybe he thought like, you have like a Russell, an Iyer, or they can just complete just 30, 40 odd runs, or
Hmm.
50 runs, and. It was just 35, 40 odd runs. He just thought maybe that could be, they could just finish and we could get the net run rate. This is my thinking, like
Yeah.
you see that flash of a moment, something comes light.
Hmm.
That
But
could
then
be my understanding.
that was a question that was asked to him at the end of the game. Like, were you considering about the net run rate, and is that what sort of, uh, you know, put you guys in the back foot because you're trying to be aggressive, and then all of a sudden you lost the plot? And his response was, no. All along, I was only thinking about the 2 points. That's what we wanted.
Nah, yeah,
No,
that's not,
but yeah,
no way.
maybe
Because,
you could be right.
this was a back-to-back
Obviously,
game, okay?
yeah, net run rate
This
is
is a
key, and
back-to-back
obviously they
game.
won a game against CSK
The
with
one CSK on the same style, yeah.
yeah.
So sometimes, people have to like, I don't see because see, somebody tells you something,
Hmm.
but the exact opposite happens on the field.
Hmm.
You see Rinku going for that shots, right?
Yeah.
Or Ayer trying to hit that shots, right?
Hmm.
Those were not like normal, like they were like basically just swinging the bat. Yeah,
Hmm.
you won't see a Rinku trying to do that.
Sure.
He's very calm. If you see, he knows like which balls to hit and all that.
Hmm.
And trying to hit Chahal, he knew that like that was like bit out of the block. And see, the thing is, if they were going for the 2 points, right, they could have just strolled in the park.
Yeah.
Singles,
It was like
easy singles,
less than
right?
on a ball. All they had to do is like 4 or 5
No,
runs to
they're
go
like
over.
some 20, 30 balls gap, in terms of the
Yeah,
runs and in terms
absolutely.
of the balls. Yeah, there was 20, 25 balls gap. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the distance.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just taken easy singles, 3, 4, 5 runs here. It was just 3.5 run. They needed
Mm-hmm.
4 runs maximum.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just stalled. So if what Ajinkya is saying, I don't agree with him because on the field, what they did
Mm-hmm.
compared to what he told, they were going for the net run rate. They were trying to target in the 14 overs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but one of the most stupid batting I've seen.
Yeah.
The way that like is ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm.
Once you lost 4 wickets, right?
Yeah.
Uh, you need to start. One guy has to start like looking to consolidate and try to take the game deep,
Mm-hmm.
go all the way and bat. And make sure that he's the guy staying at the crease, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either both the guys, from there when you lost Iyer, and Rinku playing the shot, right? Then that is not a finisher's role. A finisher will never do that,
Yeah.
You try maybe last 10-15 runs, you try to hit,
Hmm.
but you bring the game so close that you're just like 2 or 3 hits away.
Hmm.
You know, this is where they've lost the plot, and like they're saying that they didn't want to get net run rate because the way they were batting was for the net run rate.
Yeah.
So
So
didn't
one of
make
the
sense.
pieces, right? I'm just wondering, like, this is something I mentioned on our chat earlier as well, right? This whole impact sub thing. It's not mandatory. You always have to bring in an impact sub every game. And today was a perfect situation for KKR. Stick to their batting order, play, and if a wicket is lost, like the collapse like today, would have been a perfect opportunity. Then bring in the impact sub at number 8, and then that could have been a perfect, like, other batsman, or like a partner for Dre Russell to not, like, take all the pressure, because bringing
But they
Raghuvanshi
lost 2 wickets.
earlier.
But they lost 2 wickets very quickly, right? Like
Yes,
immediately within the
but
power
then
play.
they still
So
have
then,
Iyer, Rinku Singh, Ramandeep, Gray, Russ. I mean, they're all decent batsmen. Like, maybe bring in
maybe the
Iyer.
what.
Iyer and Rahane could have batted, and if things really like
But
went
we are
downhill.
only talking this because what happened. Because see, it was Raghuvanshi did a very good job, right? If you
Yes,
see,
absolutely.
he
That's what
scored,
I'm just wondering. Like,
and
someone like him could have been.
he bought them easy. Like it was a cakewalk for them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah. No, I'm not taking
I
any
don't
credit
think.
away from him,
No, no.
but I think
It's
sometimes teams are just
if the
thinking about
impacts, if the
use the
impacts,
impacts up, just for the sake of it, not necessarily using
he
it
has
for the
been using at
value.
2, 3, 4. They've
Yeah.
always been using them, right?
Hmm.
Uh, the only thing was like it was not like he see they lost 2 wickets, right?
Hmm.
So what happens is it was a small score, like 110 odd runs, right? They
111.
wanted to stabilize the thing because
Yes.
they did not want any more wickets, right, to go
Hmm.
through. And Raghuvanshi and Ajinkya are like a similar type of players, right, who can
Hmm.
actually stabilize the innings a bit,
Yeah.
get the 30, 40, 50 runs. Because if they would lost another
Which they
two,
did.
three
Yeah.
wickets, they were very difficult, which
Mhm.
they got them to 70 odd runs, 70, 75. I don't know when the Raghuvansi's wicket fell,
Hmm.
but they brought them very close to winning.
Rahane fell at 62 and Raghuvanshi fell at 72.
Yeah. So how many odd runs? Just another 40 runs.
Another
If you
40.
take
Yeah.
70,
Yeah.
and from there to lose is ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And that is where Iyer playing those shots,
Hmm.
uh, Rinku playing their shots, right?
Yeah.
At least Iyer, okay, makes sense. Rinku should not have, he should have continued because he's a finisher, right?
Hmm.
He could have like just played those runs, and Dreras could have come on the other side and try to hit those sixes. If Dre was gone out, then he could still play the game around with uh, you know
Ramandeep.
but yeah. So that like they have to understand you can't just go bang bang. You have to get those 2 points first,
Yeah.
right? And then when you can get the net run rate, it's see,
Hmm.
it made sense if this was like say the match with Bangalore and RCB versus CSK last year, that
Hmm.
final match, where the CSK had to get those runs to qualify
Hmm.
to the net run rate,
Yeah.
because they did not need to win, they just needed to get those runs in those in this thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It made sense,
Hmm.
because then you go all out, yeah, because you have to get qualified, right? This is not, you still have like 8 odd games, man.
Yeah.
You get those 2 points, so net run rate makes sense until unless you get those 2 points.
Yeah.
And this was like, they will, if they don't qualify, this was the match is going to haunt them a lot. It's going to
Absolutely.
haunt them a bit, a lot.
Yeah.
So you
But on
see,
the.
for Punjab, the
Mhm.
one which they lost, the 245, it is like, reverse of that. They've got something. You can say that they should have won that and,
Mhm.
lost this. So, this in a balance.
Balance. Yeah.
God gives
Absolutely.
balance.
Yeah. But this is where I think we should also give credit where due, right, to Iyer, and obviously most importantly Chahal. Like, he's had a torrid time this season. There's certain games where he even hasn't even bowled an over. For him to come into play and then pick those 4 important wickets, I mean, that sort
Yeah,
of changed the
absolutely.
game
Like,
on
so,
his head.
like you see the he was bowling at 72,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know 80,
confidence.
like generally bowls the rate, like, so the amount he slowed down the game, man, and like
Hmm.
um and like he was so close to getting those but yeah, he's got the highest number of wickets here in the
Mhm.
IPL. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you don't get those wickets if you don't have the skill.
Hmm.
So, it's good for him. And like going forward now, the pitches, most of the pitches will be, it'll be
Hmm.
much more slower now
Yeah.
because some of the pitches are now getting used now. So
Hmm.
you will see Chahal and some of the spinners now getting into the game more and more now.
Hmm.
So it's good for Punjab that I was telling that Chahal has not been firing.
Hmm.
This will give him a lot of confidence, and this will also give the confidence for the captain as well.
Absolutely.
So
Some.
now, if you see, he was hiding Chahal a lot in the first few
Mhm.
games.
Yeah.
Now this confidence is going to be on the captain that he's got a man of the match,
Hmm.
and Iyer is going to use him more tactically now.
Absolutely.
This and that confidence is going to now just boost
Hmm.
completely. See, first game for a new franchisee, and you haven't got like so all these guys who have played previously for the same press franchise, right? It's a very different thing.
Hmm.
But when you come like Pant or Iyer or anybody, right?
Hmm.
If they get a man of the match in the first 3-4 games, right? It just shows that you've proven your worth. you know Getting 18 crores, 23 crores, 27 crores, it's a
Hmm.
huge burden for these players.
Yeah.
And they have to prove they're worth it, right?
Yeah. There's
And
always that pressure, right?
this,
Irrespective.
absolutely, absolutely. And that pressure is, it's immense actually.
Hmm. Yeah. Also, obviously, from a Punjab standpoint, today for the first time, we've actually seen their middle order sort of exposed, and they haven't really lived up to the expectation because of the last few games. Either Arya, Priyansh Arya, Prabsimran Singh, or Shreyas Iyer obviously has been consistently scoring. So their middle order was more about coming in, doing the finisher job. But today they had the opportunity to actually, build a partnership and score big. But then English
Yeah.
playing his first game, Vadera struggled. Maxwell, I'm not even sure how he fits into this squad any longer in terms of his contribution with the bat. And then
Y- y- you
Shashank Singh,
know
small contribution.
l- let's look at that game which they won with CSK as well, right? They were found out. If Arya was caught,
Hmm.
they would have got those many runs. They would have been
Yeah.
like 130, 140. Yeah.
Hmm.
They're only 5 wickets down.
Yeah.
So they'll have to see somebody in the team, right?
Hmm.
Has to play that an anchor role. You
Anchor role.
can't go,
Yeah.
they're not understanding this, right? And this
I'm
today they were
guessing
very lucky.
from the
They,
games I've noticed, Iyer is sort of playing that role on number three, but the top two, I think they were given the license to go like a C
which
ball,
is
D
fine,
ball. Yeah.
which makes sense because they don't, they're not anchors. You can't ask Arya. He's
Yeah.
a clean hitter, man. You can't ask him. And like,
That's what I think. The flip side is if Iyer fails, all of a sudden, like today's situation,
they
there's
have a
nobody
problem.
else. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point I was trying to make. Yeah. Mhm.
And like, Prasank is one guy, but again, they have given him like just go
He's
and
like
bang
number
bang. Yeah.
seven or number eight, he
Number
bats.
7. I had a feeling when they were 4 down, right? They could have, instead of Maxwell
Send
and
him.
all that, they could have just sent him up off and
Yeah.
like let him play. And Maxwell, he needs to be like Dhoni, come after 15 over.
Yeah.
Because the problem with Maxwell, right? I think so. He's not the player which you're thinking that he will come and
Not anymore.
smack and
Yeah.
all that.
Hmm.
Just get him with a free mind. You just come, you bat number 7, bat number 8.
Hmm.
He's giving you more than with the ball. The
Obviously, yeah.
CSK match, he's taken those wickets.
Today's game,
In
he
the
got
yeah,
he did well.
he's got that. So as an all rounder, if for me, if I had, I would always keep him Maxwell.
Hmm.
Even if he's not batting, I will always. His fielding is really good.
Hmm.
He's good on the field, and his bowling is always like top notch. You
Hmm.
don't see him getting smacked for 5 sixes.
Yeah.
You might get two sixes maybe in an over, right? But it's not that like some of the spinners can get for like 4 5 sixes. He's got that good sense of bowling
Hmm.
to batsmen, right? With limited thing, right? So he's more of like a T20 bowler. Right? He can york the batsman, give flatter ones where it's difficult to like get under the ball, right?
Yeah.
So if what the management should look as like, okay, Maxwell is giving us the bowling. How can we use him for batting?
Hmm.
And where is the best place for him? So I would put Sashang a bit above Maxwell.
Hmm.
and I would put Maxwell under, below Cezanne.
Number
He would
seven.
be your number 7 batsman.
Sure.
And if the team is going great guns,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then like say they're
Wow.
like say like 160 for two
Mm-hmm.
in the 16th over or in the 15th over, right? Then I send Maxwell
Yeah.
because he can maximize those 4-5 overs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would put him at number 7, just below Sauce, and Sangh should go a bit above.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would be one option for them to open up Maxwell, right? His
Mm-hmm.
power hitting and all that. It could be just go as a pure power hitter.
Yeah. What about KKR? How do they bounce back? Obviously, getting bowled out for 95. The lowest score. Trying to chase 111.
They don't
It's.
need to bounce back, like
Mhm.
it
I
is a
mean,
stupid
it's very
chase.
demoralizing. If I'm a
It's
skipper, and
demoralizing, but
yeah,
for them, it would be very moralizing that they got two teams,
hmm,
TSK and them, under the mat, yeah,
yeah.
back-to-back games, right?
So the bowling is pretty good.
So
It's just the batting
the
that's
pitching is
struggling.
like the
Yeah,
spinners are really good,
yeah,
and like the other teams have to be weak. This is where in 2023
hmm,
KKR they came back
yeah,
because of these spinners,
hmm,
right? 2021 actually, like 2021 as well, right? They came back winning 6 games in a row.
hmm,
Uh, because the latter half of the season, right, is where the spinners will come much more in, and we're having those great, mystery. They got two mystery spinners,
yeah,
and having those mystery spinners, right,
hmm.
makes a huge difference towards the squad, right? So KKR is not out of the game completely.
Sure,
They
yeah.
have
They're
done
on
really well,
6
Even the
points
batting
still.
was good
Yeah,
till with Ajinkya and this guy. They batted, they bought them to like 70 odd runs, This is the
hmm,
40. They could have easily done it.
hmm,
I think so. Now they will understand, right? That not you don't have to go for net run rate on this. Other than learning lessons for them, right?
yeah.
They might
But
not
if you
even
look at
see
the
something like that.
yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you, right? So look at the points
Yeah,
table, right? KKR played 7 games at 6 points. MI, RR, SRH all played 6 games each and they're on 4 points. So the next game, if they win, they'll also be at 6 points. And then it comes down to the net run rate. And there's a good chance MI can actually go past KKR if they win the next game against CSK. So I think that's where it's important for them to sort of
the next
play.
game is SRH,
Yes.
which I don't think so they'll win.
Hmm. That's
Uh,
what I'm saying. Mumbai has an advantage all of a sudden because Mumbai played 1 game less. If they beat CSK, they'll also be on 6 points equal
no,
to.
so the next game is SRH actually. It's on
Oh,
17th April.
am
Yeah,
I in SRH?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
So that will be 7.
Mhm.
So let's see. I have a feeling SRH should win that.
Okay. Thursday. Am I SRH?
Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but yeah, it's going to be because Bumrah is back, right? So that is
Yeah.
one tricky
Mhm.
thing. But
Yeah.
let's see.
Anyway, yeah.
Uh, but
Hopefully.
you're right. They that one game less could. But see, the thing is, if you win 3 or 4,
Mhm. On a
matches in
trot.
the
Yeah.
first 7 half,
Hmm.
right, you're in a good space.
Okay.
You like, if you win 4-3, you technically you're fine.
Hmm.
It's the next phase which will go. But yeah, for KKR, this is like, it's like uh, they got to eat and somebody just took it out from the mouth. It was right inside the mouth.
It's okay. I think they have good bosses. Maybe SRK
They,
will
they,
come
they, they,
feed them,
they have got a
morally
good
boost them, and
batting.
bring them back
Yeah,
to
yeah. They've
where they
got
belong.
the batsmen are in form.
Yeah.
Like it's not that Iyer, Rinku has played some good knocks.
Hmm.
Narayan has played good knocks, got them wickets. Chakravarti is doing really, really well.
Sure.
And even Harshit Rana has come back.
Yeah.
It
Rana
was in a
bowled
bit
really
of
well
a,
today. Yeah.
yeah, he bowled well. So, and the other guy, Vaibhav also, right?
Bye bye.
He also is like doing well as well for them.
Hmm. Yeah.
And Russell hitting those sixes, right?
Hmm.
That would have given him a lot of confidence as well, right? Because he hasn't done anything yet in
Yeah.
this, right? So he might have lost it, but you know, he could hit. Chahal
It's
was the
still.
best bowler,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
right? Some really good shots, So these are like, small confidence boosters for each and every player, right? So
Yeah. Cool.
let's see.
Let's
Yeah,
see how things unfold for
but
KKR
it
and
is good,
when
when you
Punjab goes
have
from here.
such a clustered,
Absolutely, I've loved it.
yes,
Once
it's clustered games and like,
such a
some
small
low scoring
score
games
to
as well.
defend,
Yeah.
and yeah, absolutely, it's pure excitement, right? So yeah, totally loved the game. Would have been nice if you were in Chandigarh to witness it in person and live. But yeah,
Absolutely.
big game tomorrow between DC and RR. Who's your pick? DC
DC.
home. DC is gonna win.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The thing is, RR again, like, they're bit like, I don't know, off color,
Hmm.
with the amount of the batting they have and like the bowling,
Yeah.
I've told you, right? They got so many bowlers, I don't know, and like very less on all rounders.
Hmm.
So they're struggling in that part, the batting does not look deep.
Yeah.
See, that's the only challenge they're facing, right? But DC has got like a good team, man.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
match they lost, right? Okay,
Hmm.
now that was a Rahul stupidity,
Yeah.
and this is where you need to at least have one guy.
Hmm.
You can't have two new batsmen at the crease.
Yeah.
One has to stay there, and the other guy, if he gets out, then at least the other guy's got like 20, 30 odd balls, like whatever, right? He's
Hmm.
got some runs.
Yeah.
If you have two new guys, right, you will lose those high scoring matches very quickly because both are not set, so. But
Yep.
yeah, DC have got everything in them.
Hmm.
If Faf is good,
Hmm.
just take off McCurk,
JFK.
Faf
Yeah.
comes in,
Hmm.
and that's it. The team is like really.
Well
And
equipped.
Nair,
Yeah.
man, I hope
Mm.
Karun Nair comes really good this season.
Yep. Hopefully, scores tons of runs for DC and get a big contract with Team India as well. On that note,
Yeah, man.
let's wrap up today's session. As always, Punk, appreciate all the insights. Hopefully, KKR bounce back and Punjab takes a lot of confidence from this game. Most importantly, Chahal. We are subscribers. Again, share your feedback. Let us know what you think about our podcast. Anything we are missing, anything you'd like us to cover, do let us know. And Punk, do the honors on behalf of Amar.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the bell icon.
Thank you, Punk, and thank you for insights again. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.